So in the winter of 2015, I had 3 friends commit suicide. It started with one that was a girlfriend of mine. We weren't particularly close at the time because I'd already been living up here for 3 years. That was absolutely just gut-wrenching. It was terrible because she had a child. She was so young. She was married. And then about a month later, I had another friend commit suicide. And then a couple weeks later, I had another friend. I found out, and it was just all so fast, and they were all really young, and, well, except for one of them, they were all like in their mid-20s. I just didn't know what to do with that information, and it was particularly hard to digest. I wasn't suicidal, but it did kind of give me that thought of like, oh, I guess that's an option. I guess like this is when people do it, is when they're in these low points. I was just really feeling trapped in my own life, kind of helpless. I took a long break, and during that break I spent a lot of time exploring myself. So I took a weaving class, and then I started making pillows, and then I started quilting, and that's where I really felt like I found my voice. And the first time in my life I was like, wow, I'm really good at this. And so it just continued to grow.
Jennifer started to look for a commercial working space to replace the cluttered desk of her crowded studio apartment. She stumbled across BroadSpace seemingly by accident. It turned out to be everything she wanted, and more.
BroadSpace has been amazing for me personally and artistically. First of all, it's such an inspiration to come in here and just see all these amazing women working on their own projects. And within the first week, I learned about 3 or 4 different fabric tips, things that I was doing wrong, or techniques that made me a lot faster just within the first week. So there's a lot of knowledge trading going on, a lot of tips, a lot of learning. And then also just diving into a community of women that all have different connections.
Jennifer recorded her last job at a tech firm. It was a very different experience.
I was working for some particularly aggressive, negative men. It was just awful. It was 40 hours a week, so I was going in, coming home miserable. I had no time for myself or my friends or love life. I've met a lot of people through BroadSpace, and I would say because of BroadSpace, one of my goals was to start showing my art in gallery spaces and/or shows. And this month I had my first show and then 2 more shows after that. So I feel like it's helping me propel to the next level with the support of all these women. My personal mission with my quilts is to get people to see them as actual art. I think quilting does not, at this moment, have a spot in the real art world, if you want to call it that, and I think it's been overlooked because quilts have predominantly been produced by women out of their homes. And I want to get people to stop looking at quilts as just some crafty, cute things that moms do in their spare time or that grandmothers make for new babies, which those are all great. Those are wonderful things, and I'm not discrediting those women. But quilting takes a lot of work. It's a lot of technique. It's a lot of time spent. It is a lot of math. Quilting is not easy. It's hard, and the outcome is beautiful. There was just something missing in my life. There was something, it just gave me a whole new sense of purpose. It gave me something to be proud of. It also just allowed me to have a voice which I never had before, because I knew I was artistic. I knew that I had all these ideas, but I was never able to express them. And I think a large part of that is just finding the medium that you feel like that you're good at.